Hi, what do you need? One limo coming up.
Okay, you bring this out yourself if you know it, okay? Problem is, you just trust me. You seem to smoke and drink.
Is needed. The left is absolutely panicking, and you see it within, obviously these indictments, and we've talked about that previously. And I'm kind of happy the indictments are happening, because it's waking up a lot more people to the actual truth. I can't tell you how many videos I've come across of people citing the indictments and how crazy it is, and how they understand now that Uncle Trump is the guy. So I hope that they throw even more indictments. There is, allegedly, they're looking into another indictment coming out of Arizona. They're looking into some things. I want to say, who's out there? Katie Hobbs, I believe the chick's name is. The chick that was running and hiding when Carrie Lake was trying to run against her. That was hilarious. But I believe someone said that Katie Hobbs said that they should look into Uncle Trump. So I hope something comes out of that. I really do. I really do. A fifth indictment. Make it as cartoonish as possible. Bring one out of California too. All right. Get one out of all these leftist states. Okay. Just pile them on. Pile them on. But you also see the fact that they understand that the end is near with the statements that they're making. They're just getting wilder and wilder day by day. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new. Alright, if you were previously subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed to the channel too. Sometimes people get unsubscribed for unknown reasons, you know what I mean? I ain't saying that I know conspiracy theories, alright? But make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, alright? And if you'd like to help me out even further with this YouTube algorithm thing, share the video. With that being said, let's dive in.
The Democracy Busters, that's the focus of tonight's angle. All right, heads we win, vaunted defenders of democracy seem to be framing the 2024 election cycle. In other words, if Biden wins, all will be well again in the world. Democracy lives to see another day. But if someone like Trump ends up winning, meaning they win enough states to push them over 270 electoral votes, it means the whole system implodes. Warning, blowhard alert. When you live with moderate to severe...
Blowhard alert. Don't be anti-racist. That's all you want to do is put this on fucking news.
The consequences of losing, any candidate losing to Donald Trump and him becoming the next president, catastrophic for American democracy.
If these people were to gain power again, then I really do think for only the second time in American history, we would put our collective fate at risk.
Dangers associated with another Trump presidency, like, say, the existential threat to our democracy.
This is a close race, and I think this is the danger for those of us that actually believe in democracy and want to preserve it.
Oh,
Did y'all catch it? Did you notice it? Do I need to point it out to you? What is this? What is this? Right there. What? No, what did he say again?
The existential threat to our democracy.
This is a close race, and I think this is the danger for those of us that actually believe in democracy and want to preserve it.
This is an existential threat to democracy. You notice Democrats always repeat something when they come up with like a new line? Existential threat to democracy. How many times have you heard a Democrat say that? Tell me, how many times have you heard it? Quite a few, huh? Quite a few? Me too. Me too. They always repeat it to try to get it stuck in people's minds. I'm on to their games. And you know, it's so crazy now to be on the other proverbial political side of the aisle right now, because I see straight through the smoke screen and I'm just like, how did I not notice that before? You know, maybe they ramped to notice that they were just repeating the same crap over and over again. Like I just can't not see this BS now. Like it's just so blatantly obvious to me now. It's crazy. Just like, how in the world was I blind to that before? It's crazy. Absolutely insane, man. But they're panicking because he was already president. He was already president. And now it's a threat to democracy if he becomes president again. He was already president. If anybody's a threat to democracy, even though we don't live in a democracy, we live in a constitutional republic, but, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Hey, what's up?
And look what he's doing. The proof is in the eating.
What the hell happened to professional journalism in this country? Every day I get some hacks threatening me with a fake news hit piece on a casino. Well, guess what? I finally snapped. I'd like this asshole from Weasel News to become one of his own statistics. He drives a white news van. I'm sending some probable locations over now.
Pulling these sneaky little tactics of subverting the American public and lying about this and lying about that, telling all your cronies in the media to repeat this and repeat that, and cover up for this and cover up for that, Russia over here, while this is going on over here, we're going to do this over here, and point over there at the Republicans to say a bunch of crap that means absolutely nothing, but we're going to keep repeating this, so y'all keep looking over there for something that's not even there while we giving away with this over. Man, come on, stop it. Threat to democracy. If anybody is, it's your leader, Joe. This is nonsense.
Oh, I get it. Democracy only works going forward if they can get enough mail-in ballots returned and early votes cast to swamp the populist, giving the win to the octogenarian who cannot find his way off the stage.
That's also another thing. Republicans, we need to do the same thing that Democrats are doing. If Democrats are going door to door talking to folks, trying to get people to turn out and show up and give them a speech on what's actually happening and why they should go a certain way, we should be doing the exact same thing. We should all be going door to door. We shouldn't wait for the politicians and whatnot to do it for us, and groups and activists, right? Activist groups, I should say, organize that. We should get out and do it ourselves. We should get out and do it. I've had conversations with folks, and I haven't walked door to door, you know what I mean, with folks, but I've broken out conversations in uncomfortable situations as well, because I understand how important this is, right? I encourage you all to do the same. All right?
That is a very convenient way of approaching things, is it not? Now, they're obviously freaking out, and there's theories that turn the Constitution into a piece of silly putty that you can stretch into anything you want. So now never Trump scholars turned political hacks are trying to argue that Trump should be barred, constitutionally barred, from running for office. Now, this is patently absurd, especially coming from judges who once called themselves originalists, like our old friend Mike Ludig. Now, as you listen to this, I want you to remember that they have strenuously argued that Trump's team was guilty of wildly distorting the Constitution regarding challenges to the state vote counts and the establishing of alternate slate of electors. Watch.
The people who wrote the 14th Amendment were not fools. They realized that if those people who try to overturn the country, try to get rid of our peaceful transitions of power, are again put in power, that would be the end of the nation, the end of democracy.
All officials, federal and state, who have a responsibility to put on the ballot candidates for the presidency of the United States, for instance, they, himself or herself, are obligated under the Constitution to determine whether Donald Trump qualifies to be put on the ballot.
Qualifies to the
Try to follow that. Now, again, they accused Trump of pulling apart the Constitution after the election. And you can argue about what Trump did, but what are they doing? And to think, by the way, he was once considered Supreme Court material during the Bush administration. What a total disgrace. And it pains me to say that. They're terrified that the people are going to reject both Biden and them and their illogical views. And of course, you can always count on academia to give
People already have.
birth to the most radical of proposals. And again, from the so-called protectors of our cherished democracy, UPenn psychologist Adam Grant wants to abolish elections altogether, writing, "The ancient Greeks invented democracy, and in Athens, many government officials were selected through sortition, a random lottery from a pool of candidates. In the United States, we already use a version of a lottery to select jurors. What if we did the same with mayors,
Are you on his tail yet?
governors, legislators,
Wait till he's on foot
justices,
and somewhere quiet.
and even
Don't use a gun.
presidents?"
Absolutely.
We need this to look like a mugging gone wrong, so don't forget to take his wallet. I am so fucking excited.
They accused Trump, and if it wasn't Trump, it'd be someone else. He challenged the election results. Yet, we've already documented this. They've repeatedly challenged election results. And when they do it, they say it's just part of the democratic process. So the bottom line is, Democrats just simply don't much like or trust you, the voters. They think you're stupid, but you're not. You see what works and what doesn't work, what prosperity is and what it's not. You know when a border is secure and when it's open. And you know that elections should be determined by the voters, certainly not controlled by big donors or big tech or bitter academics desperate for attention. That's democracy. And that's the end.
Hey, I definitely think, the Democrat elites don't like us. I do think that they understand that they're in deep poop, that they're up Poops Creek, and they only have one paddle. They've got one way out, and that's it. They got a paddle. So it's not like they're up Poops Creek without a paddle in sight, right? They've got one. But they're surrounded. We've got them surrounded. You guys know the viral clip where I forgot, I don't know who the guy was, but he was like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we got him." And then somebody came and added the FBI kicking in the front door clip into that. Some of you may not know what I'm talking about. But anyway, maybe I'll remember to add that into the video. But I feel like it's that kind of situation. We've got them surrounded. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got them. We've got them. We just got to close it in. They've got an escape route. Can we get there fast enough to close it off? That's the question. And I do believe that we can. And I do think that they understand that because you see it in what they're saying. Like, who in the world? Existential threat to democracy. It's an existential threat. Like, this is what they're telling their viewers to try to rile them up, to get them emotionally involved into going out and voting. And trust me when I tell you, they are going to pull out all these stops possible in 2024. And where it's legal, we need to do the exact same on our hands and doing absolutely nothing and just relying on people with comments. And no. We getting out there and we getting active. All right? We are going to get active the same way the Democrats get active. And when we start debating with Democrats, their points don't stand up to debate. So they're going to lose every single time. Every single time. So, I think they understand that. And Uncle Trump has said it himself. If you come after me, I'm coming after you. There was an interview a long time ago that happened, and I dropped a YouTube short on it. By the way, if you're not checking out my YouTube shorts, make sure you're doing so, okay? But I dropped a YouTube short a couple days ago of Uncle Trump.
I told you to do this quietly. Well, better than nothing, I suppose. Still feels pretty good.
He was asked this. And I don't remember exactly what he said, but he basically said, yes, it is. He said, if somebody comes after you, I think you should go after them. An eye for an eye. So we all know what Uncle Trump is going to do when he gets in office. And where are the cars that the elites know. And he knows where all the dead bodies lay, where all the booby traps are set and waiting for him to trip up on. He knows where everything is at. They know that. And he knows that, right? So when he gets in, it's demolition season. He's going in like a wrecking ball. Absolute wrecking ball. And they know it. And they know it. And they're trying their hardest. And listen, I don't necessarily blame them. Because if I were in their shoes, not saying I ever would be, but if I were in their shoes, I'm good at putting myself in other people's shoes and seeing it from their perspective.
Hey, how can I help?
If I were in their shoes, I'd fight
Sure thing.
like hell.
Limo en route.
Because I see this guy, this lion, who has this immense following, that is loyal to the core, and it's only growing. Like, no matter what we do, we have tried to smear this man at every single turn possible. We repeat, this is an existential threat if he becomes president. And his numbers are only doing this. He's only growing. I'm scared because I know what he's going to do to me and everybody around me when he takes office. So I'm going to fight like hell to make sure he doesn't. If that means I might, expect him to fight 30, is all I'm saying. It's going to get ugly. That is for sure. But stay the course. Stay the course. This only proves that we're on the right track. In my opinion, of course. But y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Click it. Up over there. Peace and love. I'm out.
I'm Graham, and this is